No cover, no nigga came back now. I thought I'd let you know that I was gone, but I never left. Come back now. I thought I'd let you know this brotherhood is a whip, and I never let it go. Never let it free. Shit, I kill for my niggas. I thought I'd let you know. No cover, no nigga came back.
Shalom, Israel, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. I.S.U.P.K Midwest under Commander General YAHANNA. We are doing the 4th annual Midwest Fire Weekend. It's going to be amazing. Everybody should come. It's going to be off the chain.
General Muhammad will be doing scripture breakdown at the Chicago School from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Also, you got the Black and Brown Lecture hosted by Officer Tabawan and Officer Yash. We're going to be having camp downtown Chicago from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. All of the heavy hitters going to be in the building. Last but not least, we're going to be having the 4th annual Midwest Barbecue. There's going to be plenty of food, plenty of drinks. Don't miss out. It's going to be fire.
Hey, Shalom. The I.S.U.P.K is at it again. We out Chicago with it for the 4th annual Midwest Fire Weekend, July 22nd through the 24th, 2021.
You took a loss, tried to bounce back, but you blew it. Let me show you how to do it. Undisputed, I can prove it. Bro, one, we can do it. Nigga, ain't nothing to it. Ain't no cows, ain't no excuses. Let's get to it.
Israel, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Shalom, Israel, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. I.S.U.P.K Midwest under Commander General YAHANNA. We are doing the 4th annual Midwest Fire Weekend. It's going to be amazing. Everybody should come. It's going to be off the chain. July 22nd through the 24th are going to be the dates. We are doing a lecture, which is Officer Yash and Tabawan, how colonization divided the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And this cookout is meant to bring blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians together. General Muhammad will be doing his outstanding class that he does across the nation every Thursday and Monday. But before that lecture, before his class, we're going to be doing a camp downtown Chicago on State and Washington. We're going to be doing having our camp. All right. On Saturday, we have our cookout at Douglas Park on the west side of Chicago. All blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are invited. See you there. Shalom.
Let's clap it up. All right, this is like I.S.U.K Minnesota. I want to say Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barakathon to all the brothers. Shalom, Yahweh Shamar, Alatham Bashem Yahushua to all the sisters. All right, I.S.U.P.K Minnesota. Once again, this is the brotherhood class, and today we are going to teach on pretty much who are the chosen people when it comes to God's people. All right. That should be very self-explanatory. If you do not understand, we are going to get into it. These classes right here are very important because they get into the foundation and the fundamental things that are very much important when it comes to our people. Right now on the earth, black on black crime is very much still a thing. You know, sisters fighting each other over, another man is still a thing. Abortions, drug addiction, all those things are still going on today in 2021. And that's something that we have to speak about. All right? But first things first, we have to understand who is the Most High's people. And why are we talking about God? Why are we talking about the chosen people according to the Bible? Well, I'll break it all the way down as we get into the class. If you want to know more about this information, make sure that you subscribe, you like, you pay your tithes, and especially continue to watch as we break everything down that I just mentioned, all right? So, so far, does anybody got any questions? Okay. Got any questions? All right. All right, well, let's go ahead and just get into it then. Let's get Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. We are going to get into how the Most High only considers a certain person, a certain people, a certain people. The Most High does not love everybody, is what the world will tell you. And that's not hate speech, that's the truth, because it is in the Bible. If you want to know the proof, just continue to watch the class and you will see it in the Bible. Okay? Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. Whenever you got it out, go ahead and read it.
Okay, Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord their God.
So thou art a holy people unto what?
For thou art a holy people unto the Lord their God.
Unto the Lord thy God. Who is the Lord? That's Yahweh. You know, Yahweh is our power. Anytime that you see the word God in the Bible, that's power. That is our God. That was our power. That's the one that we are supposed to worship. Okay? We're not supposed to be in Christianity. Christianity has nothing to do with Yahweh. It's what his real name is. Otherwise, the Most High is what you better yet should call him. Okay? The Most High, our power, our God, our Lord. And Lord is just another name or title to like it. It just means, ruler. The word Lord means ruler or authority. No different than Alahayim. Okay? All right, that's what that means. Read it one more time.
But thou art a holy people unto the Lord their God.
Thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. What does the word holy mean? It means separate or to be set apart. Holy does not mean to be godlike. Holy does not mean that. The Christian church will lie to you and tell you that holy means to be godlike or godliness. That's not what that word means. It means set apart or separate. Okay? There's so many examples in the Bible. For example, when you get into the book of Leviticus, all right, which is not that far away from Deuteronomy, you see the word severed. Severed means to set apart. It means that you cut something. And that's a nursing terminology. If you are in a medical field, you would know what severed means. It means to cut something so that it separates one thing from the other. If you cut, I guess, a piece of paper, the left side is separated from the right side. Is that understandable? Right. Okay. That's what severed is. All right. So Black and Hispanics and Native Americans, we are severed. We are set apart. We are separate from the other nations. How do we know? It's all throughout the Bible. Now I'm just gonna ask you one more time. If you could, Baba Kashab, read that one more time, and this will be your last time. Baba Kashab, the water.
Okay, watch. Deuteronomy 7, chapter 6. But thou art a holy people unto the Lord their God. The Lord their God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
Right. The Most High has chosen Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to be, to be chosen and to be unto himself. Meaning what? The image. To be just like him and a representation of him. If you go all the way back to Genesis, the Most High said that he made us into his own likeness. Just I'm paraphrasing, of course. The Most High want us to be in His representation, His form, His image. Anytime someone says, I want you to pretend to be like me, I want you to represent me, what that means is that you should do or represent yourself the way I would, or I would present myself. And that's how I know that you are in the image or the representation of me. That's what that means. Is that understandable? All right. Read the next verse, Bible Shah.
Above all people that upon the face of the earth.
Above all people on the face of the earth. That is racism. That's not equality. Equality is for everybody to be the same, and there's no such thing on this earth. The only people that's really, I mean, if you want to talk about somebody that's the same, I mean, you could talk about certain races, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Slovakia, they are the same. But even within our own race, there's no equality. How so? Because someone has to be at the top. Everybody can't be at the top. So if everybody's not at the top, someone has to be either in the middle or at the end, meaning the bottom. Okay? But we can all rule. Yes, we can. Because when Yahawashi returns, that's what we can do. We can all rule. If we're 144,000, we are the ones to be underneath Yahawashi, our King, rulership, and we can be side by side with him. It can happen. It's not impossible. It's very much possible. It can happen. But you have to put in the work for that to happen. You can't continue to sin. You can't continue to make excuses for yourself. No one got time for that, man. Because Yahawashi is not going to give a damn about it. If you are not found working, is what the Bible says. Meaning, if you're not found keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, your head, your blood will be upon Yahawashi's garment. And that is in the Bible. Okay? It says that his garment would be as if it was in a wine press. A wine press, think of the grapes. As far as the grapes, it goes through a wine press. If you want to make wine, there's an actual wine press. You have to, do certain requirements for the grapes, and you have to press it, so it can squeeze out the juices, and then you have to, what's it called, ferment? Is that the right word? I think you have to ferment the grapes or the juices to where that it gets starts to age to where it's drinkable to make wine.
I'm not sure.
Say it again.
I think that's what it is, but I'm not sure.
I want to say it's ferment or fermented, all right? To where it starts the process of aging the grapes, okay? I believe that's what that is, all right? But what Yahawashi was saying was that your blood or anybody's blood that's not keeping the law, statutes, commandments, when he returns, their blood would be upon him as if he was dipped in a wine press, meaning that the blood was splattered. Because the wine press, when you press it down, the juices pop out of the grapes. It bursts out of the grapes.
Right.
And it goes into, this little container or bucket. Okay? You had a question?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Like you said, you don't keep the Sabbath commandments of the Most High, you won't prolong your days here on earth anymore, right? You'll show your life expectancy of you sinning yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely, yeah. And the Most High definitely will show that. Now, of course, the Most High would expose you. The Most High will expose you if you're not doing what you are supposed to do. But the Most High is known for his mercy and his long suffering. And the Most High will bear with you. He'll be like, you know what? I know this man is messing up. I know this woman is messing up, but I'm just going to give them another chance, another shot. But after a while, the Most High, him being such a great father, he's going to get tired. He's going to get impatient, and then that's when he's going to come in. He's going to grab what is called that belt. As Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we know about that belt. If you never got that belt before, you will get that correction by the mouth or by some type of action. That's what you will get. You will get some type of punishment, some type of chastisement. It's going to happen. The only people that do not get that type of love, as far as chastisement or punishment, is our oppressors.
Right.
Our oppressors, they get a reward for all the wrongdoings that they do. When they shoot up a school, right? They get Burger King. Who am I speaking about? Dylan Roof.
Okay.
As soon as they arrested him from his home, they had a vest on him, and they got him some Burger King. And they locked him up. That was it. Anytime that any cop decides to kill a innocent Black and Hispanic and Native American man, woman, or child, they get the special treatment. But we get the punishment, always. Now, why am I bringing this out? The Most High is very much racist. If you don't understand that by now, you are simple-minded. You have no idea. You have no idea who you are dealing with. You can pray to Allah. You can pray to Yahweh. You can pray to whoever you want to. But when it comes to Yahweh, our power, our true God, he is nothing to play with. You're going to be very wise. You're going to be very careful, because the Most High is going to show you what time it is. Okay? All right, so is that it on that?
Not really.
Go ahead.
Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because you were more in number than any other, in number than any other people. For you were pure of all people.
So what is that talking about? What is that saying?
And he said we were less in number than all other people. You're sure.
Right, so the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we were the few. Out of all the nations, we were little, in little number. But everybody else was much more in number. They were larger. But he chose us instead. That should give you hope. That should give you a lot of pride in yourself as an Israelite. When I say Israelite, meaning that you are a Black man, woman, child. You are a Native American man, woman, or child. A Hispanic man, woman, or child. If you are a part of the 12 tribes, you should be grateful, because you matter. The only way that you know that you matter is if you believe in your people and also yourself. Because there's a lot of people that scream and shout, Black Lives Matter. Am I right or am I wrong? There's a lot of people that scream Black Lives Matter, but they don't really support it.
Right.
You can go to all the protests that you want to go to as far as Black Lives Matter movement. But are you going to support All Lives Matter? Are you going to support Trans Lives Matter? Are you going to support Drug Lives Matter? What are you really going to do for your people? Are you going to go back to smoke the weed? Are you going to go back to sleep with somebody else's woman? Are you going to go back to hurting and harming your own community? If Black Lives Matter, if that brother on the next corner Or that person that you do not like, that you have a disagreement with, whether it's a female or a male, does their life really matter? I'm sorry, does Black lives really matter, or Hispanic or Native Americans' lives really matter if you don't give a damn about the other person that looks just like you? You have to ask yourself those questions. Because if you don't think about it like that, you're not thinking at all. You're influenced by this world. And that's the problem. This world will get you all confused and very much deceive you. How the hell can you say that you love me, but you don't love the person that you've been having a grudge against for years? It doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. It's absolutely incorrect. And that's the problem in our communities. So, 1 second. All right, give me 1 second, Salaki. Can you read that one more time?
Okay, Deuteronomy 7, chapter 7, verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord did not send his love upon you, nor choose you, because you was more in number than any people, for you was fewer than all people.
Right. The Most High could have chose anybody. Am I right or am I wrong? The Most High could have chose the East Indians to be above everybody. The Most High could have did that. He could have chose those Africans who had us in slavery and sold us for, I believe it's liquor and molasses. He could have chose our oppressor, the number one. Who's the number one oppressor? You guessed it. The one that looks like Donald Trump. The one that looks like Joe Biden. Okay? The one that looks like Kamala Harris. A lot of people believe that she's a black woman. She's not. A lot of people think that she's East Indian. She's not. So what is she? She's a devil. She's a devil. Okay? As far as the research that I did, she's a devil. She's not East Indian, nor is she black, so-called African American. The Most High could have chose anybody. Also, too, in the Bible, it says that if Black and Hispanic people do not do the work of the Lord, he will have the rocks cry out to do the work. And that's not a metaphor, that's physical. Meaning that actual rocks can get up and start moving. We only see that on TV and movies. We don't see that in real life. But it can happen. It's very possible. You see what I'm saying? But instead, we are picking up the slack. We are doing the work. All right? Keep going.
Deuteronomy 7, verse 8. Because the Lord loves you, and because he will keep the oath which he has sworn unto your fathers.
Right. So the Most High is keeping the oath with our fathers to this day. It's been over thousands and thousands of years. And the Most High has kept the covenant with our forefathers. But what have we did as the children, as the generations on? We have broken that promise, that oath. But we are trying to get it back together. We are trying to get back on track.
Right.
That's what we are trying to do. And it's going to take some time, man. But we ain't got too much time. Because so much things is happening in the earth, and the Most High is on the verge of bringing YAHANNA back. How do we know? Based on the prophecies. That's happening pretty fast, pretty quickly. So it's only a matter of time before YAHANNA comes. And we got to get it together, man. And you think that you have today, you have tomorrow. Sooner or later, you are going to find yourself in a terrible place. And YAHANNA is not going to be pleased.
All right.
But you can change the Most High in Yahushua's mind by doing the right thing that you are supposed to do.
Right.
If you do what you are supposed to do, you have nothing to worry about. If you're not doing what you are supposed to do, you have everything to fear and to worry about. Okay? Let's get Romans 9 and 13. And once you get it, go ahead and read it. Romans 9 and 13.
Romans chapter 9, verse 13. Do ye not know that they which minister about holy things live of the things of the temple?
Romans 9 and 13.
Romans, my fault, it's great.
Yeah, Romans 9 and 13. Also, too, the sister, she actually gave me a heads up. She said fermentation, so calm. So I was damn near there. So fermentation is what I was talking about a little bit earlier when it comes to the process of aging wine or liquor. It's called fermentation, okay? And Thawada as well to the sister. I appreciate you. And Shalom, Lord Christ, by the way. All right, go ahead.
Romans 9, verse 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Who is Jacob?
The tribe of Israel, right?
Say it again.
The 12 tribes of Israel.
The 12 tribes of Israel. Absolutely, that's correct. Now, who is Esau?
Esau is the oppressor, white man.
There you go. You know what? Hey, give him a hand. Jacob is the progenitor of the Israelites. That's why his name was changed to Israel. Okay. So, for example, if you have someone called, Edom, right? Because Esau was a man, but Edom is a nation. So, if you have a people of Edom, they're called the Edomites. If you have a man, which is a real man by the name of Judah, but his nation is, Judah, or otherwise the Judites. You know what I mean? You have the Arabs, which is called Ishmael. But if you have more than one Ishmael person, it's the Ishmaelites. So you get the pattern, right? Right. So Jacob, who was the progenitor of the Israelites, his name was Israel. And it got changed to Israel when he fought the angel in Genesis, the 34th or 39th chapter, something like that. Okay? Now, read it one more time.
Romans 9, verse 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. They always talk about in the Christian church that the Most High does never hate anybody. Why? Why do you think the Most High hates Esau, but loves Jacob? Go ahead.
Does he sold his birthright for most or meals or bread?
That is well, yes. But think about who came before Jacob and Esau.
Cain.
Cain and what?
Cain and
who is the other one?
Cain.
All right, you know what? I'll just take that as Cain. You're right. Absolutely. Now, Cain killed his brother Abel. There you go. Abel was black, Jacob was black, Esau was white, and so was Cain. Okay? Yes. And also too, the Most High talks about the Most High hated Esau way before he even met him. If you read Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 5, it talks about how the Most High knows us before we are formed or developed in the belly, meaning in our mother's stomach. He knows us already. He knows us before you are even in your dad's nutsack. You feel me? The Most High knows who you are way before. You want to know how? Because He is the one that is going to create you, or you are His creator. I'm sorry, you are His creation. He's the one that creates you. All right? The Most High knows who you are way before you even know who you are, or your parents. Imagine that. That's Jeremiah 1 and 5. Okay? So let's keep going.
Romans 9, verse 14. What shall I say then? Is there unrighteousness with God? God forbid.
Right. Should there be unrighteousness with God because the Most High hates a certain person? But don't just think about Esau in general, but think about the nation as a whole. The Most High is not a person. I'm sorry. The Most High is not someone who is. He's not someone that deals with individuals necessarily. He's more of he's more of someone that is dealing with a group. Okay? Like for example, the Most High does not look at us as individuals. He looks at us as a nation. At least sometimes. See what I'm saying? When one gets punished, we all get punished. Am I correct or am I wrong? Have you seen the ghettos? Have you seen black on black crime? Have you seen what the other nations are doing to us? Okay? So, can you read Romans 9 and 13 one more time?
Romans 9, verse 13. As written, as it is written, God, as it is written, Jacob have I loved.
Jacob have I loved. Black and Hispanics and Native Americans. You are Jacob. And the Most High is the one that He has loved. And He is the one that continues to love you. Keep going.
But Esau have I hated.
That oppressor. That police officer. Becky with the trashy hair. The one that's at your job, your manager. That keeps trying to get you fired. That keeps complaining about everything when you're just trying to do everything right. Okay? That person that keeps trying to interrupt your peace and your calmness and your patience. Whether you're at the barbecue, whether you are just chilling in your house, your apartment, and whether you are just trying to walk and run. That is who Esau is. And the Most High hates them. Keep going.
What shall we say then?
What shall we say then? And this is Paul, who is speaking in the book of Romans, because he was speaking to the place of Rome. Keep going.
Is there unrighteousness with God?
Is there unrighteousness with God? The reason why Paul said that is because you gotta ask yourself, is there unrighteousness with the Most High because He hates this particular person but loves the other? Keep going.
God forbid.
God forbid, meaning no. No, not at all. The Christian church has lied to us. They told us that there is no hate, and hate is bad. Now, there is a few different types of hates, and you want to be careful. If you hate your brother, that's bad. If you hate yourself, that's terrible. But ain't nothing wrong with hating something or someone that's destroying you or your own people.
Right.
Would you want your child to be physically hurt?
No.
So you would hate whatever danger is coming to your child's way. Would you love that danger that's coming your way?
No.
You would not support it. You would not like it. So you would hate it. Just like we have our favorite colors, we have our hateful colors. We have our favorite shows, we have our hatred shows. It's no different. It's natural. It's something that is natural. Just like everything in your body, just like everything in your actions, it speaks something. But make sure that it's speaking the right thing. For example, if you got anger issues, right? You have to channel it a different way. Teach a class when you're angry. Okay? Yell on the street corners when you're angry. Tell your people that they are doing wrong, that they are out of order. Instead of trying to get at your oppressor with guns and knives and things of that sort, talk about how angry you are as far as what they're doing to your people. Instead of physically doing something that's going to put you behind bars for the rest of your life. That's the best way to do it. The Bible says to be angry and sin not. That's what the Bible says. Okay? Keep going.
Romans 15, verse 15. For he said unto Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy.
Now, this was a check-in to Moses. Keep going.
And I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion.
Right. So this was a check-in. Also, too, you'll find this in the Old Testament, earlier in the Old Testament. I will have mercy upon whoever I have mercy on. I will have compassion on whoever I will have compassion on. You see what I'm saying? Because Moses had questioned the Most High about, a situation. And the Most High was like, look, don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. I will have compassion on whomever the hell I will have compassion on. It's the same thing with my mercy. You just do as I say or in what you are told to do. And that's what the Most High pretty much told Moses. All right? And if I'm not mistaken, I believe it concerned a heathen. See what I'm saying? Because you can have compassion and mercy on a heathen. See what I'm saying? You could definitely do that. You ain't gotta try to take their life right away. But it all depends on the situation. Okay? And the time will tell. What that means is that the situation that you end up in, the Most High will guide you if you are in the right spirit. If you are not, Satan will guide you in the wrong spirit. Okay? So that's what it's either or, okay? All right, so we're done on that. You good? The one I need you to grab this Apocrypha for the second Esdras. Give him a hand. Most time first, okay? Most time first. I see he already prepared. He's like, yes, sir, I got it already. All right, go ahead. I ain't finna stop you, man. I ain't finna stop you at all. All right. Second Esdras, chapter 6, verse 54. Okay? This is my favorite prophet as well.
Second Esdras, chapter 6, verse 54.
Mm-hmm.
For we have walked in unpleasant places, and that the faces of whom will have you abstinent.
Salaki, second Esdras, chapter 6, 54.
Oh, second Esdras.
Yep, second
My
Esdras.
bad.
Yeah, you have a first and then you have a second. And then in the Old Testament, in the Greek/English, it's going to be Ezra. So you have Ezra and Esdras, which is our same people. When the Apocrypha is Esdras. So second Esdras, 6 and 54.
Second Esdras, chapter 6, 54.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you. No, you good. I appreciate you.
After these, Adam also, whom thou made Lord of all the creatures,
Mm-hmm.
of whom come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen.
Mm-hmm.
And all this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou made the world for our sake.
Right. Hey, stop right there. So it talks about Adam, right?
Come.
And Adam is the one that has dominion over everybody and everything. At least he did at one point in time. Why I say that is because Adam and Eve sinned against the Most High and wants to go follow the cultures and customs of the other nations. It had nothing to do with a talking serpent. Serpent is just a word or title that you give to somebody. Just like, for example, crook, snake. A snake and a serpent is, I'm sorry, a snake and a serpent is the same thing. Okay? It's a reptile. All right? And it's just a name that you give somebody who has the characteristics of a snake, of a serpent. Okay? So when Adam and Eve decided to sin, things changed. Adam didn't have dominion over anything at that point. You want to know why? Because he got kicked out of the Garden of Eden, which is Jerusalem, Israel. At least it was. Today it's filled with heathens. And there's nothing but war going on in our original homeland. Okay? Read it one more time from the top.
Okay. 2 Adam chapter 6, 54. After these, Adam also, whom thou made Lord of all creatures, of whom, it's like, of him came we all.
Of him came we all, meaning every single nation or nationality that you could think of all came from Adam. Now, the Christian church say that we are all one and the same, and we all bleed red. You know what? We all came from Adam. That's right. Do we all bleed red? Yes, no sweat. But are we all the same people? Absolutely not. And that's the part that's spiritual, not physical. The Most High separated the nations. And all that is spiritual. For example, Isaac was black. Ishmael was the brother of Isaac, which is Abraham's sons. Abraham had 8 sons. And you only hear about Isaac and Ishmael. Isaac is our forefather. Ishmael could have been a forefather, possibly. See what I'm saying? Or you know, he could have been in the family, but the Most High separated Ishmael from Isaac. And who got the blessing? If I'm not mistaken, it was Isaac. See what I'm saying? And Isaac was the one that was more favored because Isaac was the man for the job. It's no different when we think about Jacob and Esau. Jacob and Esau, there was a difference between them two. Isaac and Ishmael, there was a difference between them two. Cain and Abel, there was a difference between them two. Okay? There was a difference. They were not the same. They were flesh and blood at one point in time, but they were separated. How? By the Most High. As you know today, Ishmael is nothing like us today. In the Bible, the Most High said that Ishmael in Genesis, the Most High says that Ishmael is a wild man.
Right.
Wild meaning crazy. If you look at the Arabs today, they are crazy.
On one card.
When we talk about the wars, when we talk about their way of life, their culture. You know what I'm saying? They like to decapitate people. They like to severely punish a woman physically. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's one thing if you get into a scuffle with your woman, if you're Black, Hispanic, and Native American, but it's another thing if you're trying to, decapitate their head, your woman's head. You're trying to burn them and torture them. That's insane. Go ahead.
And he like to try bombs on himself to go up there.
Thank you.
Right.
They like to blow themselves up. They like to kill the whole family. That's crazy. In our household, there are some ignorant Black and Hispanic people who do harm to their woman, do harm to themselves, do harm to their children. But one thing we ain't finna do, we ain't finna blow ourselves up. I don't think I ever heard a story like that, ever. Of us trying to blow up our whole entire family. Now, I know as far as our oppressor, they would do very much so. They don't give a damn. Even like, for example, it's a term, it's called family annihilators. If you don't know what family annihilators are, or annihilation, it's where a person who is underneath so much stress, they kill their entire family, including themselves.
Right.
And who's number one in that? With no exaggeration, it will be Esau.
Not one card.
Esau is number one in that. I remember first hearing about family annihilation. Okay, at first I didn't know that it was a family annihilation, but I thought it was like a murder suicide, which is kind of in the same category. I remember being like, 10 or 11 years old, or probably I had to be either 8, 10, or 11, something like that. I used to love wrestling. I used to love watching wrestling on TV, and I forget this wrestler's name. He had killed his 8-year-old child. Okay, that's probably where I'm getting an 8 from. He had killed his 8-year-old child, and he killed his wife, and he killed himself. But then when I came to the truth, I found out when things like that happen amongst Esau or Edomites, it's called family annihilation. When you are under, when that mother or that father is underneath so much stress, they can't take it no more. They kill themselves, or so like they kill the family, then themselves. And you see it all the time. If you watch Dateline, forensic files, all these documentaries, if you watch all that stuff, you will see that. You will see just people underneath constant stress, and they will kill their family. Does anybody remember the Xbox killer? The Xbox killer was a teenager. His family would not give him a game that he wanted on the Xbox, which is a game console or game system. So when they went to sleep, he killed them. I forget if he shot them or if he stabbed them. See what I'm saying? Then there was another case where it was something very similar. This person tried to kill himself after he killed the parents, and he failed. He survived in the hospital, and after he was well, they took him to jail. But his parents were dead. The Most High loves you, Black and Hispanics. That's the point I'm trying to make. The Most High loves you. He cares about you. He supports you. He's a father that you never had ever in your life. And why do I say that? It's because we act like we ain't got a father on the earth. We act like we ain't got a father that's in the heavens.
Right.
Now I'm speaking to those that do not appreciate their worldly fathers, or better yet, their earthly fathers, or the Most High who is in the heavens. We gotta change, man. All right, I'm gonna get off of this. Salaki, my bad. I'm too long-winded. Keep going on that.
And the people also whom thou hast chosen.
Yeah, and the Most High who has chosen. For example, if God loves everybody, why would he have a chosen people? It doesn't make sense. If God loves everybody, there won't be no necessary things to say that I have a chosen people, because he's chosen everybody. Every nation is his people. So, because when you say that I have a chosen people, you are saying that these are my people, and this is not my people. For example, like if you say okay, let's think about kids, right? Well, then again, okay. You may have your favorite child, right? See what I'm saying? But then again, the other children should not get offended. Now, especially if the child is disobedient and they are not listening to you, you may have a favorite child. I wouldn't blame you, because that one that's causing you heartache and causing you problems, that might not be your favorite child. Okay, I'm very sure of it. They might not be your favorite child because they cause you all the pain, but this one caused you all the peace and calmness. You see what I'm saying? All right. And if you have all children who are just keeping you calm, cool, and collected, hey, most times Christ to you. But if you have a child that is doing the opposite of what you tell them to do, of course you're gonna have a favorite child and a less favorite child. Like the Most High has a favorite everything. And the Most High has a favorite color. The Most High has a favorite flower. He has a favorite people. He has a favorite animal. I don't want to say number. I'm not too sure about that. I mean, the Most High has a favorite a lot of things. And that's all throughout the Bible, which is very much amazing. Okay? But all right, anyway, let's go ahead and get let's see. Actually keep going.
And the people, Salaki, and the people also whom he has chosen, all this have I spoken before they.
Right. So the Most High has spoken this to people. See what I'm saying? Throughout the mouth of Ezra. Keep going.
O Lord, because thou hast made the word for our sakes.
That's right. And this is Ezra speaking to the people that's in front of him. He's telling them, like, look, yes, we all come from Adam, but the Most High did not choose every single body that came from Adam.
Come.
Okay? Keep going.
As for the other people.
There you go. As for the other people. Keep going.
Which also come of Adam.
Say that one more time.
For which also come of Adam.
Which also comes from Adam. Now, do you see the separation in that tone?
Come.
As for the other people that come from Adam. Why can't he just say from all the people that come from Adam? Because he's trying to make a statement. Keep going.
Thou hast said that they are nothing.
They are what?
They are nothing.
Good night. The Most High don't give a damn about them. And that's disrespect to the other nations. That's what we call today in 2021 shade. That's very much shade. Okay? It's shade towards the other nations. The Most High don't give a damn about them. Keep going.
But be like unto spittle.
What is spittle?
Spit.
Spittle is just an old term for spit. Spittle. It's like, you feel me? That's what spittle is. It's spit. And that's what the Most High said that the other nations are, that come from out of Adam. They are nothing. They are spittle. Keep going.
And have likened the abundance of them unto a drop that fall from a vessel.
Hey, the Most High ain't playing no goddamn games. Let me tell you right now.
Come.
The Most High is very, very disrespectful against these other nations. And it's funny. Read that part one more time.
And they are nothing but like unto spittle.
Mm.
And have like the abundance of them unto a drop that fall from a vessel.
Right. So let me see. So imagine a water bottle, right? You have a water bottle, and it has a little bit of water in it. That's spittle. That's what it's talking about, the abundance of the drop in the vessel. That's what it's speaking about. See what I'm saying? So imagine, like, you see this wine right here, right? Imagine the wine just being right here. And you just like, a water bottle or a pop, you look at it, it's like, ain't no sense of me trying to get that little bit. It's not worth it. So you just throw it away. And when you throw it away, it goes into the trash. The Most High is saying that these other nations that come from Adam are just like trash. And just that little bit that hangs at the bottom, just that little bit of drip, it's trash, it's nothing. You feel me? Versus a full bottle. See what I'm saying? It's nothing to him. They're garbage, they're trash. They're nothing, they're spittle. See what I'm saying? And the Most High is saying this. No one can't tell me that the Most High ain't racist, man. And to be racist just means that you love your people more than another people. That's all that means. Let's get some understanding and context about that. Okay? Keep going.
And now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be Lord over us, and unto devour us.
Right. You start right there. Can you get Amos 3:1?
Amos
Amos or Amos, 3 and 1. Once again, the Most High is trying to give you a message. He's trying to give you a sign. He's trying to let you know what you should be doing, what you should not be doing.
It's
Or you
Apocrypha, right?
No, that's going to be, I believe, the Old Testament. Amos, Amos, chapter 3, verse 1. If you need to go into the table of contents, you should do so. All right. I'm sorry, table of contents. I always get contents and context mixed up all the time. My bad. You got it?
Verse.
Chapter 3, verse 1.
Okay. Amos, chapter 3, verse 1.
The water.
Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known from all the family of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquity.
Right. The only reason why the Most High is going to punish Black and Hispanics and Native Americans, the only reason why we are the hot topic every single day is because the Most High deals with us because we are His people and we are disobeying His orders. That's why the Most High deals with us the way He does. It makes sense. It makes perfect sense. With everything going on in the world, you got to ask yourself, why? And then when you find out the why, you understand why. Absolutely, right? You really truly understand why is this happening to Black Hispanics? You figure it out and like, I understand now. I figured it out. It's because we are sinning against the Most High. Read it one more time, Baba Kashad, which means please in Hebrew.
It is word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known from all the family of the earth.
You only have I known from all the families of the earth. The other families is going to be the other nations. The Most High only known us. He didn't know nobody else. You want to know why? If you want to get the answer, let's go to Psalms 147, verse 19. Psalms 147 and 19. There go the answer. It's going to be right there. Whenever you got it, go ahead and read it.
Psalms 147, verse 19. He showed his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgment unto Israel.
Stop right there. Stop right there. He has shown his word to who?
Jacob.
Jacob, who is the progenitor of the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. 12 tribes. And the word progenitor just means father of, or sometimes property of. Okay? So, read that one more time.
He showed his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgment unto Israel.
That's right. His statutes and judgments unto Jacob and Israel. And the reason why it says Israel, because there was a split. There was a separation between the northern and southern kingdom. Okay? So Jacob and Israel. Jacob's name was changed to Israel, which gives you all 12 tribes. Okay? Keep going. So all the law, statutes, and commandments belong to Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And because so, you are the judges. You are the leaders. You are the ones that make the decision making. You are the ones that have the authority. You are the ones that have the power. That's all you. When you have the law, statutes, and commandments. Keep going.
You have not dealt so with any nation.
Say that one more time.
He has not dealt so with any nation.
And which verse is that?
20.
He has not dealt so with any other nation. Who the hell is the East Indians? You know, matter of fact, I'll give the biblical names. Who is Ishmael? Who is Edom? Who is the Elamites? Who is Ammon, Moab? Who is Ham? Who is Japheth? Who are the Canaanites? Who are all these people who do not goddamn matter at all? Who are these people? They're nobody. But now let me ask you a question. Who are the blacks? The so-called African Americans? Who are the Hispanics? The so-called Latinos, Mexicans? Am I missing something? Mexican, Dominicans, the Cubans. Who are the Native Americans? The Seminole Indians, the Gadites. Who are they? They are the Most High's chosen people. Yahweh's chosen people. That's who they are. And you better recognize that, man. You got to recognize who they are. They are the Most High chosen people. And when you do harm to them, there will be harm done to you. So if you are oppressed, if you are caught, if you are not black, if you are not Hispanic, if you are not Native American of descent, and you are harming God's chosen people, Lord be with you. Now, if you are of that descent and you are harming your own people, may the Lord be with you, because he just might not, okay? So with that being said, that's the end of the class. Let's get to the prayers, man. Pay your tithes. Midwest Fire Weekend, July 22nd through the 24th. All right. We got the generals coming out. We got brothers and sisters from all different states coming out just to celebrate the Midwest Fire Weekend in Chicago. All right. If you want more information, watch the earlier portion of the class. Otherwise, I.S.U.P.K.com is where you will find information at, or I.S.U.P.K. Windy City. Okay. All right. That being said, let's get to the prayers. Elijah, past class and myself, pretty much. All right. Just give me 1 second real quick. Salah here. One second. Actually, 1 second. All right. I.S.U.P.K. security announcements. We are the I.S. out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Room for new brother and sister. Brother or sister comes to the school. They are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted. They are to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the will after 6 months. If a brother or sister has an interest, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to the sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18 through 21. Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Means tenth in the Hebrew, Mayashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department or teacher priest fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatever amount you would like. Upcoming Holy Convocation is going to be memorial of blowing the trumpets. If I'm not mistaken, it's going to be in September. All right. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school to start wearing all black, boot, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf, let's get into it. Prayers, the Lord's Prayer. And let's go ahead and face the east. Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew, Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Ayah, Sukkah, Yahweh, Malach Watka, Taba'ah, Ratazaka, Hayah, Asha, Varataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Nathan Lanam, Lakom, Kol, Yawam, Wasalakinam, Kawawakinam, Kasalakinam, Kawawakinam, Wala'a, Sabawanam, Barasawan, Apo, Tashayanam, Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Wa Allah, Watapara, La Lung, Aman. In English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Yahweh. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not to temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Amen. Bless Israel in the Hebrew, Yahweh, Hashem Yahushua, Barak Lanawa, Wayasha'ala, Wahabayah, Sapari, Barak, Raka'ah, Magun, Hagun. Say the name of loved ones once. Everyone repeats name once.
Desiree Davis.
Desiree Davis.
Andrew Shelley.
And
Davis family, U.P.K.
Davis family, U.P.K. The Rollins family.
The Rawls family.
The Willis family.
The Willis family.
The Slaughter family. The Daniel family.
The Daniel family.
The Peterson
The
family.
Peters.
Israel.
All of Israel.
I.S.U.P.K, Minnesota.
I.S.U.P.K, Minnesota.
Israelite School of U.P.K.
Israelite School of U.P.K.
Not sure if anybody's online. Okay. Anybody else? Paul. Des. Aries. Devin.
That
Mike.
Mike.
All of Israel.
All of Israel.
Saharazan. Rochelle.
Rochelle.
Michelle.
Michelle.
Lashana. Kudashayan. Tarat. Amangabar. Kanagabar. Yahweh. Yahweh Shai. Angels.
Angel.
Generals.
General.
Captains.
Captain.
Officers.
Officer.
Troopers.
Trooper.
Students.
Student.
Sisters.
Sister.
Children.
Church.
All of Israel.
All of Israel.
All right. Nobody else? Vashem Yahweh Shai.
Shimmy Arashah.
Throughout our month. In English, Lord, in the name of Yahweh Shai, bless us in Israel,
Bless us in Israel.
and the school.
And the school.
Bless who shall protect
Bless, shield, and protect.
loved ones.
Loved ones.
In the name of Yahweh Shai,
In the name of God.
thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Power structures, bless our Yahweh,
Bless on you,
King of heaven and earth,
and
and all things living.
all these live.
Yahweh,
Yah.
name Yahweh Shai.
Name of Yahshua.
Listen to us now,
This is our night.
right now,
Right now.
to use the curses,
Seek to
the punishment and destruction
other than
to
destruction.
the heathen
To the heathen.
that speak against
And
us,
speak against
like prophets,
that prophet.
the teachers,
The teacher.
the princes,
The
the
priest.
priests,
The
the
priest.
Israelite brothers,
Israel
and
prophet.
the school
And school.
to use the curses
Keep the
and
curse.
punishment and destruction
Other than destruction.
to the heathen
To the heathen.
and shake loose
And say,
the treasure of the rich of Israel
the treasure of Israel.
that refuse to give to the school,
And refuse to give it to school.
force the riches
Of the rich.
into thy sanctuary,
In the sanctuary.
to use the curses
Keep the curses.
and punishment and destruction
Other than destruction.
to Edomites
Edomite.
and the nations
And the
and the
nation.
drug dealers,
And the judge.
the court system,
And the court
the
system.
prison system,
Prison system.
Planned Parenthood, all
And
those of our enemies,
those are our enemies.
Amalek synagogues and armies,
And our synagogues are
Roman Catholic Church,
Roman Catholic Church.
the Pope,
The Pope.
Islam,
This
Christianity, Egyptology,
Egyptology.
militia,
Religion.
Ku Klux Klan,
Ku Klux Klan.
Aryan Nation,
Aryan Nation.
skinheads,
Skinhead.
Fatima Tazi, the gay movement, the lesbian movement,
The
the
lesbian.
spies, works of witchcraft,
Army.
anti-space programs, armies, navies,
Navy.
Air Force,
Air
Marines,
Marine.
Wall Street,
Wall Street.
open up the internet
Open the internet.
and the airwaves,
The airway.
give access channels
Give access.
and radio channels,
Radio church.
convict the spirit of thy people, convict the spirit
Come second spirit.
of any of thy people
Any of that.
that seek that seek to stop us
that seek to chop us
and bring swift destruction
and bring swift destruction
to all the heathen
to all the heathen
that stand in the way
that stand in the
or
way
try to stop us
or try to stop
from
us
broadcasting your words
from proclaiming your word
throughout the planet Earth.
throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose all the plagues,
Send us all the places.
cause them to go to and fro
Let's go to and fro
through the earth and consume them.
to the earth and consume them.
Let the plague shake the house of the thief
Let the plague shake the house of the thief
and the murderer.
and the murder.
Let Yahweh Shai,
And YAHANNA,
Michael Gabriel,
Michael Great,
come down to flying saucers
that was the fire shot.
punish all the heathens
Cover all the heathen
that come up against us
that come up against
as you
us
speak thy word.
after I speak that word.
Cause to be known by all.
Let you know about
That is the angel that done it.
the angel that
Cause to spread through the media
calls the heathen
throughout the whole world.
throughout the whole world.
Cause to spread out to like cause them to shake out that coming.
Also, to set out their cover.
And then Yahweh Shai,
Name of YAHANNA,
thank you always.
thank you all.
So be it.
So be it.
Sorry. Men of Israel, Elijah Shabbat, Elijah, Barak, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai Barakatah, Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Hashem,
YAHANNA,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Hashem,
YAHANNA,
Yahweh Shai,
Yahweh Shah,
Barak,
Barak,
Atah.
Atah.
Now, also too, courteous salute to the sister and the son. All right, you want to repeat after me, all right? Shalom,
So,
Yahweh, Shamar,
Shema,
Al,
Ah,
Ta,
Da,
Hashem, Shai.
Yahweh Shah.
All right, at the top, class dismissed. Yep. Time cross.
Put the jazz back.